Freaks, geeks, dorks, dweebs, queers and queerdos, disenfranchised midnight marauders, and alien life forms hidden among us. Live from the basement of Giuseppina Valentino's Focacceria, I am your announcer and your band leader, Roberto Malcuore. And I'm gonna tell you this. Here is your steadfast captain of the night, your loyal Wu-Tang through your darkest hours, Pier Valentino!
And now, another classic Bears and Chet showdown.
My brain, in its limitations, won't forgive my heart, its palpitations. Muffins want so much to be eaten. It expects the system to work. It expects the milk to be fresh. To wash it down requires it.
My humble freaks, my gentle geeks, it's me, Pier Valentino. Just taking some calls from viewers at home who are sharing some of what they wrote on last week's journal time. Caller, that last piece, it was words that, and then the words came after the words, and you said it in a way that was like speaking them. Thank you. Pink Lemonade, you're looking at me so funny. Are you okay?
Do you think you're stronger than me?
Okay,
Who's
I know
stronger?
you're stronger. Oh, that's
Who's
a weird
stronger?
way to make a
Who's a
point. I
strong
get
teddy
it.
bear?
You're stronger than me. Oh, looks like we have a return caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air with Pierre.
I don't know if you remember me. I was the caller from the other day. You know, the nutsack sandwich maker, by way of my toilet, of course.
Hello.
Definitely appreciate your advice on calling 911, and it was helpful.
Great.
Definitely not making a sandwich of my nuts with my toilet bowl right now. I'm just gonna read some of what I wrote for journal time. Before I do, I just want to say, Roberto, last week, Roberto also does like a monthly exterminator procedure in my house, and Roberto didn't look like Roberto. It wasn't Roberto. It was you.
Okay, caller. Could you maybe just go ahead and read what you wrote? Okay. That's what these phone calls are about. Please just read what you wrote.
Okay, just let me reposition myself. From one to another, between what we are, words on a distant wind. Squishing it. Oh God.
You know, caller, it's interesting you should bring up Gilgamesh. When Enkidu dies in the Gilgamesh epic, Gilgamesh, so distraught, just out of his mind over the loss of his lover, I mean his intimate companion, his
Best friend!
Gilgamesh dressed Enkidu up in the garments of a bride and carried its corpse around for 7 days and 7 nights. And when that didn't work, you know what he did, caller? He tried to find eternal life from the one person in the world to whom it had been granted. And when he found that person, you know what happened? You know how that went for Gilgamesh? He failed. He didn't get it. He
remained mortal like the rest of us!
1, 2, 3, 4, you will give Gilgamesh his heart. Are you tired of attracting assholes? Fear of a Gilgamesh repression rage? Come for him and you'll pay. He'll put you in a cage. You were born a wild thing. Gilgamesh made you behave. You thought consensual, paper, pleasure, fire, love. Get it with the group porn.
There is something mass-produced in toilet bowls, cough, syrup, soda, all opinions that you ask for.
He'll burn the forest, he'll bring you to your knees. Your icing won't suffice, the cake it seeks to please.
It's pretty simple.
There is no substance, you're chewing on the bone.
It's useless, don't you know?
Gilgamesh, hey Gilgamesh, your friend is all alone. He killed the humbug, the bull of heaven too. The gods didn't like it, now it's you they choose to screw. 2, 3, 4, you are Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh's horse. Happy ending, sensual, consensual, paper, pleasure, fire, love. Get it with a group on.
In the beginning, the lesser gods resented being put to work on the earth, and they rebelled. And so the greater gods took heed. And from the clay, and from their very spit, humans were created to take on the toil of the earth. The greater gods quarreled over how to raise their new children, and eventually, the humans ran rampant and overpopulated the planet. First, the greater gods spread plagues to diminish their numbers. and then decided it best to let the humans drown. One person, Utpanishti, received warning and instructions to build an ark. For 7 days and 7 nights, the world disappeared. When the flood ended, Utpanishti made a sacrifice to the god and was granted eternal life. No other human would be granted this blessing. Not even the great ox, Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, slayer of the Humbaba and the bull of heaven, denier of Ishtar's advances, annoyer of the god who never took no for an answer. Not even Enkidu, who only ever did what was expected, even in death. In my beginning, I was only me. Nothing more than a head connected to a butthole. I had yet to swallow my sister up in my mother's womb. I fed on my mother through a tube. There was nothing to taste but the fluids that flowed in and out when I opened my mouth. I was a sea creature masquerading as a land mammal. And now, what am I? A basement is just an unfriendly womb, and these wings are no match for that ceiling. And even if they were, the sky is on fire, and there's no place to fly. That's all I have so far of my Gilgamesh musical extravaganza, folks. Wow, it seems like there's so much time and then there's never enough time. It was always my dream that Roberto, that you would play Gilgamesh, and in the end, when the two friends, I mean, when they got together, I just hope you liked it. I hope that we can continue working on it together, Roberto.
Ma Pier, you wrote all of that songs, all of that Gilgamesh for me? Oh, I tell you, it means so much to me, Pier.
Oh, great. Seems like we got another caller from a viewer at home. Quarantine's amazing. All about brings out the best in people. Okay, caller, you're on the air with Pier. Just make it quick, okay? And then...
Hey, Pier.
Hey.
If you don't learn to disregard time, there'll never be enough.
What? What does that even mean? That's a little condescending caller, mystery caller. That's even your name. Who are you to be a judge on what we make of time? I'm in just a place right now, okay? I'm sorry.
Why, Pier?
Why? Why am I... Because caller, because life is a heartbreaking shitstorm. And death is this unknown fuck your eye sockets nightmare, and there's no in between. And that sucks, caller. It sucks big old donkey nuts.
You told that little girl Sally that you're a people. Does that make you disappointing and stupid as well?
Caller, are you trying to fuck with me? Sally? Whatever, Sally. Sally!
You said something earlier that I wanted to ask you about. You said that it was all over before it all began. And then you said you didn't find that idea comforting.
I never said that.
Well, we heard you, Pier. When you thought it.
What?
When you wrote it during journal time.
No.
End times, glitches in the matrix, it's to be expected.
I'm sorry, everybody.
So why, Pier? Why isn't it comforting to think it was all over when it all began?
Then why do? Why be? Why anything? Why start? Why end? Why,
Well, what if it's also equally true that it all began when it was all over, and that this end is just another thing's beginning?
Like in that song, Closing Time? I don't know how I feel about that caller. The idea that, one little basement of a focacceria after another just plucked me from this cave, dropped me into this one. That's what every cycle is, waiting on a Gilgamesh that never shows up for you.
I liked your Gilgamesh musical, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to say that, but thank you.
I do have one suggestion, though. I guess it's more of a question. Do you mind? Why wouldn't Enkidu wait on Gilgamesh at all?
When Gilgamesh isn't able to attain eternal life, he realizes that human accomplishment is the only thing that makes life seem worthwhile, and he changes. He becomes a better leader, a better person. That's what Enkidu is waiting on, a better Gilgamesh.
Then why wouldn't you play Gilgamesh as well?
I can't play both Gilgamesh and Enkidu.
Why not?
I wrote it for Roberto.
I guess what I mean, Pier, is I'd rather you get to play the character in the story who gets to change. When the show first started, your prayer to the Duchess used to be much shorter. Do you remember it?
Oh. That when all is said and done, that when we are as burnt as the sun, that Duchess, you and I will be one. Thank you, caller. It's nice that you remember that and that have that reminder. I do hope that to one day be true, even though she never calls. She only speaks through me, never to me, and that's fine. It's totally fine.
It's fine.
But Pierre, we already are. We always have been.
We who? Hello? Caller? We who? Who do you mean by we? The royal we? We like in French? You can call back.
The bathroom closet that gets so cold when he's in a state. Cigarette butts on the gravel. Bottles of flax set enough behind the bar. Means he'll be late. He all have his fateful objects.
What do they mean? For that girl that shines, when
I gave you where she said, and this Italian ghetto won't quit its cannoli for no one.
No one.
Get it right. Broken milk bottles on linoleum floors that get you spanked. A+ on report cards. Dinners repaired on time, for which you won't be thanked. Boy, that dress, girl, that shine. When I get mine, when I get mine, I get in terms reprehensible and in juxtapositions regrettable, you all but sold your soul at the local flea. Flimsy tents cannot contain organic Brooklyn wines. The sparks of phonies lay the latest, so be.